It was on the TV as well. Jose Mourinho apparently was dining out somewhere last night, he was at some sporting awards ceremony, and he gets a call that the police are at his place to sort his dog because apparently he's come back from abroad with the dog, and the dog hasn't got the right jabs or something.
Oh yes,
so
yes, I had heard something about this.
He's been done for I don't know about assaulting the police, but certainly obstructing the police, and the dog's run off.
Oh.
And as it's only a Yorkshire Terrier, dogs I can't stand, in London, you haven't got much chance of getting that back. But
oh, John, that's cruel.
No, it's not cruel. It's a fact.
Well, just because you don't like Yorkshire Terriers.
I'm just stating a fact. I love animals. I love dogs and cats and everything else. But let's face the facts. Presumably, Mourinho lives in some sort of flash area of London. Yeah. But that doesn't matter. If that dog's run off and it's scared, I'd like to think he'll get it back. But I doubt it.
You just changed your tune there.
Yeah, I said it as a joke. I guarantee if anybody who knows roughly where Jose Mourinho lives, if they see a Yorkshire Terrier, they are going to be delighted. They're going to take it in, get hold of the authorities or the newspapers and say, I've got his dog for about 10 grand, he can have it back.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Eurovision. You said you want to talk about Eurovision.
Well, what I wanted to say about Eurovision, John, was I cannot believe we are... Let's face it, England hasn't got much to be proud of these days, but we did give the world the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and punk rock, and we really did forge the way for lots of other acts and lots of other kinds of music. Even that dreadful new romantic stuff was pretty cutting edge in the early 80s. We don't need to enter Eurovision. There is no credibility in Eurovision. Why don't we, if we are going to enter Eurovision, why don't we just stick Oasis in it and blow the others out of the water? And the Scandinavians vote for the Scandinavians. The Baltics vote for the Baltics. No one votes for Britain because no one votes for England because they don't like Blair and the war. So rather than humiliate ourselves, why don't we just say, look, sorry, we gave you the Beatles, we gave you the Stones, we gave you Oasis. Forget it.
Absolutely. You've said everything I could possibly say. I wasted 3 hours of my time Saturday and never again. Myself and my son, we said, let's watch Eurovision for a laugh. But after about half an hour, I mean, we've got Sky, and we had it on Sky, and you can punch up the lyrics as they're going on. The lyrics, okay, if you didn't have this system, then obviously if they're singing in Portuguese or whatever, of course you don't know. But when you actually see the lyrics, they make absolutely no sense. One song, after about 5 songs, you begin to think, is this one song just going on and on? Because they were so similar, so stupid. And as you say, the voting, it's time to put the lid on Eurovision.
Well, the weird thing is, all these people that aren't giving any votes, most of the people in their countries want to come and live here.
Absolutely.
You think they give us votes just to get on the right side of us?
Absolutely, you would think so. But, I mean, it's got beyond a joke now. I mean, the French entry was just beyond belief. And, I'm never, ever watching it again. It's like Miss World. It should be consigned to the dustbin. It's old hat. It's got no relevance to today. And if they're not even going to vote for the actual song, but political voting, forget the whole thing.
All right, now you say about the lyrics, John, my favourite Eurovision song ever is a nonsense song. I just want to play you a bit of this. It's not a dreadful song. It's not a great song. Have a listen to this. It's got a Eurovision feel. I won't play you a lot of it. Listen to the lyrics and tell me, this is 1975. It's the Dutch entry, whether you think this was better or whether it's just nostalgia that makes this sound fun. This is by a group called Teaching, and the song's called Ding a Dong. Just have a look, listen to this. Dance, Jessie.
No, I'm okay, I don't like this.
Ding a dong every hour, even when you pick a flower, even if your lover is gone, gone, gone. It's nonsense, John, but it's great.
Yeah, nonsense lyrics, but a fair old tune.
Yeah, great tune.
That was probably better than about 80% of the stuff on Saturday night. The only halfway decent song I thought was Finland. I don't know where they came, and they were hosting it anyway. But, I mean, the whole thing, the presenters, the in-between thing, I mean, the only vaguely funny thing about it is good old Terry Wogan.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched it for probably 20 years, but I've caught 10 minutes of it here and there, and I always think Terry saves it every year because he's funny, and he takes the pain of Eurovision away. But why did we?
Be a pain. That's the whole point. I mean,
the World Cup, John, England.
He's laughing all the way to the bank anyway, Terry. But I mean, it's time to put the lid on it. It's just beyond a joke now. It's ridiculous, and the money that must be involved. I will say that the actual presentation, the show itself, looked quite amazing. But it was just the songs and everything else. It just needs forgetting, really.
In the early years of the World Cup, of course, England wouldn't go into the World Cup because they thought they were far. We're given the world football. We didn't need to prove ourselves. And I quite admired that about the English then. We should never have got involved in the World Cup, in the Eurovision Song Contest in the first place, really, should we?
No, I mean, what were they called? Scooch? They were an embarrassment.
Oh, Scooch. Now, you liked them, Jesse, didn't you?
No, not particularly.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. But the other thing is, I just don't know why people care so much. Why do you care? Have you got nothing better to do with your life than worry about a Eurovision Song Contest and who's going into it?
Well, Jessie, it's not a big deal, but it's supposed to be a whole Europe thing, okay? That's how the original thing was set up for. But it's not that anymore, so you're quite right. As I said, I'm not going to watch it again. But in the beginning, there was something going on, and, we won it a couple of times, and it was vaguely interesting, but it's long gone now. I mean,
so what you're saying is you're only interested in it why England or the UK are winning it?
Sorry?
So you're saying you're only interested in watching it if England and the UK are winning it?
No, I'd only watch it if there were some halfway decent songs, and it wasn't down to political voting and not voting for the songs themselves.
All right, John, thank you very much. Never mind all this. Where's the hair clippers? Jesse is going to have his head shaved and all of his body hair shaved.
No.
On this show. And then we're going to pierce his ears, give him a tattoo, and tar and feather him before 1 o'clock. Right, we're back with the phone in. Jesse's now gone to get changed to have his head shaved. Oh, he's so camp, that boy. But no one's turned up with any clippers. I left it to those guys in sales. If I could have just got a hairdresser here if they hadn't interrupted. They said their hairdresser's not in. Hello, Arthur.
Good afternoon, Alex. You are scraping the barrel today, boy. I mean, let's be fair about it. The Eurovision Song Contest has gone downhill since Teddy Johnson and Pearl Carr sung Sing Little Birdie in the 1950s.
Cool, you are going back a long time.
Well, I weren't born then, mate, but that's another story.
What's Mary Hopkin? Didn't Mary Hopkin do a Eurovision entry?
Who cares, Alex?
No, I'm just wondering, I think that could have been the first year I watched it, about 68, 69, when I was a little boy. I remember seeing ABBA doing Waterloo, and I can remember seeing the New Seekers doing Beg, Steal or Borrow. I don't remember Cliff doing Congratulations.
Well, there you go. I mean, I think even Lulu had a go once as well.
Boom, bang, a bang.
You see, there's more important things in the world you could have discussed today. I mean, number one, you could have discussed what you're going to do about English Pete's song now Tony Blair's resigned.
Well, do you know, I thought about that a few weeks ago, and I think we should just leave it. We could slot in Mr. Brown over the top of it, but I think it'll remain a nice little timepiece, the English Pete jingle. Of course, Tony Blair's saying goodbye, but not to people in this country like he was originally going to do. Of course, originally he was going to go, I think, and do something with Ant and Dec on ITV and something with Chris Evans on the TV and the radio. And he was going to tour the UK saying goodbye. But, of course, he's become such a joke in this country. He's now travelling the world to say goodbye, where he's very popular in America.
Yeah, well, see, the other thing is, Alex, I'm absolutely staggered that you haven't touched upon this business with the Undercliff Drive and High Point Rental and the council. The fact that there's a council sort of thing going on.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's, as you say, the council, there's a big investigation going in. Legally, it's a minefield. People have been suspended from their work, and it is only Undercliff Drive, and I haven't driven through the Undercliff in 25 years. I don't need to. No one who lives on the island, unless they live there, needs to use it. I don't think anyone cares.
No, but the point is, Alex, you didn't give out, your news team gave out on Monday that some of the information was going to be held in secret.
Yes.
These are public people. How can we have a public meeting held in secret? Why would that want to be?
Well, there must be a very good reason, mustn't there?
Let's wait with bated breath to see what the county press can come up with on it.
Okay, so, English Pete, the jingle, and the Undercliff Drive, and anything else?